Z,
Jack.
what weight does intention hold, in your opinion? Like, if I go out to Nashville, or I'll even say local, there's a bridge in Murfreesboro where if you walk under, it's like a whole encampment of homeless people, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I go down there and I start handing out McChickens and I'm like, treat yourself, right? But I'm doing it and recording it to share online to show people how good of a person I am. Does that change? Does that weaken? Or if it does weaken, how much does that weaken the action in your eyes?
Well, was the sole reason for you to go there and hand out the McChickens, was that like for you to record?
Points.
Like
Just
you
to
were
get
like
brownie points.
Okay, so you were just like, I want to record myself going and do this, so let's go do it and like record it.
So, yeah, so people think I'm a good person.
Well, I feel like that would be worse in intent wise rather than like just going to do it and then you're like, well, I might as well record it and upload it, so I'm doing some good out there in the world.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How much weight does intention hold, and how much should a person be ridiculed for intention, and when does intention take over the actual action?
Well, I mean, either way, the homeless people are getting fed some way. So yeah. I feel like they're still good that was done. I mean, the intention might not have been there, but I don't feel like that's enough to like ridicule. I mean, I would say that, but I've caught myself like seeing people do that, like with the intention of like, I'm just going to do this to try and make people think I'm a good person. And I'm just like, obviously it was too obvious that you tried to do it like that. And I mean, sure, I guess. But I don't think I'll take it as far as the people that are just like, oh, you're just doing this for the views and the likes and, all the commenters that have issues with them, with that person that doing that.
I think morally, you want someone just to be doing good things, to do good things. But I'm going to be honest, I don't care about intention. I mean, that's still some people that have not eaten good in a couple months. Still not eating good.
I mean, but they're getting a warm meal.
Yeah, but better than dumpster diving in the back. You know what I mean?
And I mean, either way, they're getting fed. I mean, it'd be worse if you turned around after the fact and was like, all right, give it back. But I doubt you. I think you'd be in for a bigger problem if you tried that. So
just grab the half-eaten chicken sandwich out of their hands.
Yeah.
Chuck it into the river and be like, gross. Stop eating that. God, I just wanted to record it.
It wasn't for you to eat. I needed to go to another camp to do this afterwards, and now I have to throw it away. Look what you've done.
Wow, selfish. You took 2 bites out of this when I was going to propose it to another homeless guy a couple hours from now.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
How do you feel?
Huh? You bastard.
You horrible human. I can't believe you.
Now, we'll say it's a bit of a different subject when you have people who record themselves giving money to homeless people, and then it comes out that guy was jumped like 10 minutes after the fact because people saw him on a live stream being gifted $100. They're like, all right.
I would say, like, how would they know? But I don't think it's been a minute since I've seen a homeless person without a phone in like some sort of cell service. So yeah, completely not within the realm of possibility. But also, I doubt that they'll be, looking for that and then also flaunting it after the fact.
Yeah.
For that same reason.
Just go back to that encampment under the bridge and be like, yo, this guy gave me $100. And then he's never seen again. His body is washed up on the side of a river somewhere.
Wouldn't be fun. Yeah.
No. Homelessness, and this may sound weird, but it has a much different look than what people would think. Like, I watched a video on this guy who was homeless, and he was like, yo, if you're going out, make sure you do this, like giving tips on it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, homeless people have phones and they have a job. It's a shit job, and they have to, go sleep in the trees behind the McDonald's, but it's a job,
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, shit's expensive, so I get it.
Apparently, like 40 to 60% of homeless people have a job.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And I don't know, when I picture homeless, I picture, the raggedy, dirty dude on the side of the road. Let me get $5.
You think like Seattle, probably, the big homeless thing.
Yeah, San Francisco, where they showed that they could very easily clean up homelessness and help them out. When the Chinese prime minister came through, they just cleaned up the city. And then when the Chinese prime minister left, they were like, all right, you can go back out there. Go ahead.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it any other way, or put it past the U.S. to do some shit like that. But I figure they just wouldn't give a fuck, to be honest.
About homeless people?
Yeah. I mean, they already seem like they don't, so.
See, I don't get how people see that and are like, ew, go get a job, Because a lot of homeless people are mentally ill or are addicted to drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are some homeless people that I guess just flunked out of life, just flamed out, and don't have a family to really go to, so they end up on the street.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, how do you not look at someone like that and you don't go, what have they been through? What led them? Like, how did they end up on the side of the road with a cardboard sign saying, I'll suck your dick for a McChicken? Like, how does that, you know what I mean?
I tend to, what my line of thought is more so like, what would it take to get them off the street? Like, not that I'm going to do it, because I don't think I'd have the resources to do anything like that, being in my own situation. But like, just think like, what would be the steps that they would take to get off the streets? What would be the best path forward? Because like, what if I end up in that situation? How would I get off the streets? Like, how would I get a home?
Thankfully, I have a tremendous family that
same.
Even if everything I have got thrown against the wall and just burned in a fire pit,
mm-hmm.
I have family that I can just be like, yo, I lost my ass and I need somewhere to crash until I get back on my feet. They're going to be like, yeah, come on. You know? But there are millions of people that don't have that and are genuinely, 2 emergencies away from being out on the street.
Yeah.
Car breaks down, and then because your car breaks down, you can't go to work, so you get fired, and mm-hmm. then you get fired so you can't pay rent,
Yeah, it's a very slippery slope.
Yeah, not to fearmonger anybody. not to scare them, take care of your business or whatever, but like, again, I don't understand how people don't look at that. Like, they have the reaction of, oh, go get it. Michael Jordan has a famous quote where he didn't let Charles Barkley give money to a homeless guy. And he was like, well, if he can say, yo, can I get $10? He can say, welcome to McDonald's, can I take your order? It's like, yeah, but you know what goes on a job application, right? You need reliable transport. You need a place you can get mail. Guess what homeless people don't have? Either one of those.
Well, depending on your location, especially, because, I mean, some places, of course, have, like, city transport, like buses and whatnot, but, I mean, if you're in Murfreesboro, your options are extremely limited.
If you're anywhere outside of Chicago, L.A., not even L.A.,
somewhere with the fleshed out
New York
transport network. There's a few places. There's a lot of places, but yeah.
the only time you'll find that in America is in the massive cities, and even then, it's not reliable, and it's not good enough to be like your full time. You know,
Yeah, it's very dependent on external factors, but yeah.
dude, I learned of a line that was supposed to go in North Carolina, near the University of Duke,
Mm-hmm.
and it was going to help out a lot of the small businesses. It was going to help give jobs to a lot of people in different communities across this little city.
Yeah.
And the University of Duke signed off on it. And then a week later said, actually, no, you're not building it. And they were like, why? They said, oh, the noise of the construction would bother us too much. Not lying. That was the reason.
Interesting. Meanwhile, my college down the street has had construction going on the entire time I've been there. So, yeah.
See, in Tennessee, Middle Tennessee specifically, you just got to deal with that.
Yeah.
Everywhere, you know?
I mean, shit, Murfreesboro at one point had 4 times the growth rate of Nashville, so imagine all the construction going on there.
Yeah, it's because I think Murfreesboro is closest to Nashville while still being like a functional, good vibes kind of city. Like downtown Murfreesboro has some good vibes, good food, you know?
I guess, yeah.
Not a big nightlife, but a nice little a couple bars. You got a club here and there.
There's some bars. The nightlife in Murfreesboro is not really there. I mean, yes, there's places like MJ's, which is like a billiards bar place. But then you've got like Bar Louie or TGIF. It's just like the base like restaurant / bar places.
Well, I mean, if you're a college kid down here, if like you go to MTSU, like
there's
Jacob told me
like,
about Jacob told me about a bunch of college bars around MTSU.
I know a couple around MTSU.
Fire.
Yeah. And it does. I mean, it's just not like that. Those are the spots that people go to. I mean, there's definitely like it's a decent turnout in most of those bars, especially because I've been to a few of them myself. But like the biggest ones would be like MJ's that I mentioned earlier, or can't think of one, but it's on Old Fort, if I remember correctly. It's in the part of the mall. But those are like the most
Sam's?
active place. Yeah, Sam's.
It's a sports bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in Nashville, I've had this idea, and I know it's not feasible. It's never going to happen. Mm-hmm. But in Nashville, they keep putting up apartment buildings that are just not getting inhabitants. My lady, the apartment building she works at right now has been up and open for 5 months now, and they have maybe 3 people that live there. And it is a 15-story apartment building.
And what's the rent looking like? Because that probably has to say a lot for it.
Oh my God, it's like $2,300.
There you go
for the cheapest rooms, you know.
There you go.
Dude, and it's like when you build these things and apartment after apartment, because it's a massive problem in Nashville. They just keep putting up apartments with nobody filling them.
Yeah,
because you have people that are still moving to Nashville, but it's slowing down now. And the people that were living in Nashville are moving out.
Because the people that are moving to Nashville moved to the state for land, not apartments. So if anything, apartments were always going to be a temporary measure for people that were moving into them.
Especially the wealthy people.
Yeah.
Like there are so many NFL players that get homes in Nashville, but they're going out to Brentwood. They're going to Franklin.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like they're not getting an apartment in Nashville.
Exactly. And all the people, I live in the middle of the fucking nowhere pretty much. And all the people that are moving out here coming from California are coming to the middle of like nowhere, let's say Rock Island. All the land out there. They're claiming home mountains pretty much. Yeah. So it's just like, they're not moving for apartments. They're moving for space and land and peace.
And then, like, country singers get most of their homes in Cheatham County, where you can get 15 acres, probably the cheapest in the state in in that county, you know?
Yeah.
But this is my thing. If you keep putting up these apartments and you need people to fill them, they're not going to meet the rent, but like wash up some homeless people and shack them up in there, dude. How about we actually help some people?
Near the rent with, minimum wage prices here, because let's face it, the job market is not the greatest.
No, but you have someone in there, and even if it's understood that this is a temporary thing, if someone comes in and they like this apartment, you're going to have to get out. I'm still going to be like, But even then, dude, that will go so far into helping the homeless population out, you know?
I believe there was, is it Baltimore that I'm thinking of, or is it somewhere in Louisiana? That was like had a housing program or something that you would like pay, like it was like dollars for like an apartment.
Really?
Can't remember where that exactly was. I don't remember if it was actually a thing that was going on. It might have been like the Onion News type shit, but it sounded decent. And it was like, oh, if they're actually doing this, that would be like really good for a homeless population, just to like get housing.
I know on small community levels, they're testing out different affordable housing policies because it can work. People who make the actual money want to tell you that it doesn't work, but it can work. It just has to be set up in a proper type of way. And then somebody will look you in the eyes and say, well, somebody's going to take advantage. Yeah, probably. Someone's going to take advantage.
But if it helps people, with every policy ever.
Yeah, if it helps people get people off the fucking street, off of heroin, off of everything they can get their hands on in homeless encampments, and if it makes the city look better, why wouldn't we do that? I don't get it.
And it provides people with better lives, It gives them a foundation to actually bring your city's, gross domestic income up.
Yeah, GDP.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the whole SNAP getting frozen next month. Mm-hmm. People are like, oh, well, all these obese fatties that are on SNAP won't be able to get their fudge rounds. And it's like,
also all the people that legitimately used it won't be able to get the groceries.
Yeah, it's like, cool, man. You're taking away something that people actually rely on because there are some people that will just abuse it and get it when they don't actually need it. Sick. That's so fucking cool. You're an idiot. And
not to say like be a snitch or anything, but you can report those people.
Yeah.
There's definitely avenues for it if you really felt that kind of way.
I don't, and the whole like welfare talk, man. Like welfare SNAP benefits, all that, it definitely needs an overhaul in terms of how it works, because it is abused constantly, and also it has incentives for people not to get better jobs because they rely so much on that.
Yeah,
that people have shared around. There was a woman that was telling her son not to get a job because if he gets a job, that house will be making too much money to keep the SNAP benefits. And they were like, oh, they don't want to work. It's like, no, they rely on that. And if she makes, 30 grand instead of 25 grand, she can't get SNAP benefits, but 30 grand is not enough. Like, you know what I mean?
I think at one point when I was struggling more financially here, I had applied for benefits, and with the job I had, I was making somewhere in the realm of like $2,200 a month, I want to say, I believe. Okay. And of course, just with bills and everything that lined up, it just wasn't really, working out for me. So I was like, okay, let's apply. I think the cutoff for that was like under $1,000, like a month.
Yeah. You can't get, no.
Yeah. And I was just like,
no.
How would I survive like with that much to get benefits?
Yeah. But people just see that and they're like, oh, a couple of people abuse the system, so that means we should just tear down the system entirely. What sense does that make?
None.
You know what I mean?
Because that's every system ever.
And
what?
Should I just bring up to them the fact that the church backs up pastors and priests who continuously fuck little children? How they just slip them to the next church, and you're like, yo, that system's obviously not working. How about we get that out of there? No.
I think there are some people that actually do believe that. So
to get the church,
yeah,
to remove the church.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. But those people are idiots,
I mean, it's definitely the small does get categorized as the whole, and that happens with everything. Like the standard police officers, I hate cops, and it's like, well, you saw the few bad cops, and you might have had a bad experience, but literally not every cop is horrible. Can't be that.
Well, we're just describing why generalizing is such a stupid
niche
and bad thing to do.
Yeah,
because everything you see online about any particular thing is going to be the most extreme version of what everything is. Mm-hmm. If you go out into the real world and start asking people political opinions, you will find 9 out of 10 times people are moderate. People are in the middle.
Or they don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Which is fair, because it took me entirely too long to learn of the government shutdown. And I was just like, oh, when did that happen?
Really?
They were like a month, and I was like, oh, I was way far behind on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
really?
I think I saw it like a side comment on Instagram, and I took it to some people, and I was like, wait, is this true? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh shit, when?
Yeah, I think stuff like that it'd be best if you were kept up to date on.
Yeah, it should be.
If you were little legislation here and there that doesn't really affect a whole lot, sure, you don't need to keep up with every bill that's being proposed to the House.
Mm-hmm.
But something like that, you should probably.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, in all fairness, it doesn't really affect me. So I wasn't really keen on paying attention. And also, it's just the news with news in general. I'm not really up to date unless I happen to catch it on a social media platform. And a lot of the times it does keep me pretty up to date. This time, I guess it might have been in a period in which I wasn't really on social media as much.
See, that's an uphill fight that I'll always fight, because it is a problem with how people swallow news and care about policy. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, well, it's not affecting me. It's it's not a good mindset to have.
It's not,
because
no.
then just shit gets slid under your nose that should not be passed at all.
Government shutdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some buildings in Tennessee that have been closed and people have been laid off because of the shutdown.
Yeah, but it's almost happened yearly, it feels like.
Oh, yeah. But no, the issue, if you don't want to keep up with the lunchroom throwing mashed potatoes at each other and just pointing fingers and blaming each other of oh, the Democrats are the reason the government shut down. No, it's actually the Republicans because the Republicans control the House. Oh, but the Democrats keep saying no to this. If you don't want to keep up with that, that's fine. Because it's a headache.
Yeah.
But you should probably know, the
general basic information, yeah.
I will say you should probably know that it did shut down when this representative from Arizona, she was supposed to be sworn in, and she would be the final vote of yes to finally get those Epstein files out. Get everything out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they shut down the government, and they were able to get another Republican sworn in, flew him in immediately, but there's been no communication with her, nothing in terms of getting her to DC to swear her into the House. nothing. And you're like,
Interesting.
really?
Interesting.
That's a little fishy, ain't it?
Interesting. I think I saw, I don't know how old this might be, but one person from some agency, because I only know like super basic information, but he said that the president had a certain type of access to everything, like not access, but like said something rights. And it's just like full and complete control. And he didn't mean to say that.
Yeah. You talk about Stephen Miller, that bald-headed Lex Luthor looking fucking thumb. That fucking thumb, dude. I don't hate a lot of people that I've never met. I hate that motherfucker.
I had no clue who he was before that video, so.
He is the architect for Trump's immigration plan that is in effect right now, where ICE is literally just going to every place they think Spanish people are at and slamming them into the concrete and shipping them off without telling their families where they're going. Fuck him.
Interesting.
He was at Charlie Kirk's funeral. His speech, and I don't say this, even when Elon Musk did the thing, I was hesitant to say it, but his speech was scary similar to Nazi speeches in the 30s. Scary. There's an entire deep dive to go into him. But I know what you're talking about, where, what did he say? It was like preliminary power or something like that.
Yeah, but it was a similar word that it sounded like he just misspoke, but it's an actual word that just means like full and complete control.
Full and complete control. And that came out of his mouth, and the interview, he just went.
Yeah, some people.
And the guy was like, Steven did. And he was just.
Yeah, some people were thinking that that he had somebody in his ear, like talking to him. Others think that he realized he messed up and was trying to think of a way to come out of it. And some people just think that he didn't mean to, or that he just kind of messed up and shouldn't have said it. And it was just like an accident.
It's probably the third. Because it happened way too quick for someone to be in his ear going, shut up, shut up, shut the fuck up, shut up.
Plenary is the word. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an interview with CNN, I believe, with Stephen Miller. I'm sure this happened weeks ago, I think. Y'all can look it up. One of the funniest I saw was JD Vance was on George Stephanopoulos, however you say his name.
Yeah.
And George was like, did this guy take $50,000 in a bribe, basically, that was recorded by the FBI on tape? And JD Vance danced around the question. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. George he did nothing illegal, yada, yada, yada. I don't know why you asked me some weird left-wing rabbit hole question. And the guy was just like, it's not a left-wing rabbit hole. I asked you a question. You refused to answer. And he was basically like, I'm not doing this. So he just cut him off. He ended the interview.
You gotta love the circle speak, the politician talk.
At some point, man, not to get overly political, but at some point, if I ask you, is this administration trustworthy and transparent, and you don't immediately say, no, of course not. I got some questions about your character and what you believe in, dog.
I could understand.
There was a dude in Tennessee. I'm so sorry. There was a dude in Tennessee that was just arrested for posting a Trump meme. Did you hear about that?
No.
Let me look this up. Go ahead on your thing. Let me get the facts about this.
I think I lost my train of thought here. Shit, what were we just talking about then? Because
interview cut off, questioning people if they still think the administration is true. Oh,
okay, yeah. I could understand like stuff being confidential because, you know, every business has its stuff, you know, stuff that only people with certain access level are supposed to see. I get that. And you could totally just say that. And I'd be like, but if you try and dance around the question, that's just going to make me want that answer even more. Like if it's a yes or no question and you can't answer yes or no, to be like, I can't answer that question, for confidentiality reasons or something. If it's a legitimate, reason, I would, understand not getting the answer from it. But if it's something that we should just know, being public information, which most of the government, usually deals with, because it's all public information, we should just know, we shouldn't have to go through red tape to get information on certain things just because you don't want it to be known. If it looks bad, it's going to look bad. Maybe you have to do what you have to do, or you're an idiot and you shouldn't have done it. I feel like I'm curious on the guy that got arrested for the Trump meme now.
Okay, so this was a sheriff, a 61-year-old sheriff that was charged with threats of mass violence on school property. Because some Facebook community was planning a vigil for Charlie Kirk, right?
Uh-huh.
And he posted a picture that quoted Donald Trump talking about a school shooting in Perry, Iowa that said, quote, "We have to get over it." He posted that to kind of, poke fun at these people organizing this vigil, and he got arrested, and authorities have now dismissed it. Like, he's not getting charged with anything.
Okay.
Obviously, he's not getting charged with anything. But yeah,
I was gonna say, like, it doesn't even sound to me like it was even a threat of a mass shooting. It sounds like him equating Trump saying "get over it" to a mass shooting to them getting over it with Charlie Kirk, which is pretty obvious to anybody else.
Yeah, but no, because Republicans didn't like it, and Republicans like to act like liberals are the ones that get triggered over the smallest shit, and they are actually the ones that get up in their feelings about every little fucking thing, including a frame of some people kissing, and they're not man and woman, that they do enough to where they're like, oh, he might cause a mass shooting. What the fuck are you talking about? By the way, A, B, he's using your guy's words. Your guy.
Your own guy said this. I don't know what you expected.
Which, by the way, that reminds me, I meant to open the show with this. That picture I sent into the Discord, that satirized Republican meme with the red background, did you see it?
Was it sent into the Hangout?
Yeah. It was sent into memes.
I think I might know what you were referencing, but I must pull it back up.
We'll go to memes and go to the red picture. And let me read this to you.
Yes.
I was at Amazon, and I thought of this idea, and I thought it was funny because I was trying to make it seem like I'm fitting into Facebook, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And imagine you don't know any of my leanings and you're scrolling Facebook and see this random dude posting this. Tell me what you would think, okay? Let me read this.
Okay.
Damn liberals, always triggered by the smallest and dumbest things. Why not spend that energy on things that actually matter? Pronouns, rainbow flags, black mermaids, a frame in a movie of two men kissing, a character being trans, saying happy holidays, men wearing untraditional clothing, Starbucks coffee cups, music in a different language, Angel Reese breathing, Gulf of Mexico, and any rapper outside of Tom McDonald. Now imagine you saw that. Would you think that that is satirizing these stupid Republican memes that go around, or would you think I'm an actual Republican?
Sounds like a satirical to me.
Yeah, it was so clearly or what I thought was satirizing that shit that goes on. But Z, I did it too well. I did it way too well. And I don't think anybody read past the first fucking sentence. Because I posted that to TikTok with a Tom McDonald song. Oh, man. Okay. First comment. Tony Stark's a drunk. Yeah, y'all were pretty triggered over every Charlie Kirk meme and Starbucks not saying his widow name. You're the absolute biggest group of snowflake crybabies. Singer's a Canadian, by the way. Also, you guys get triggered seeing blue hair. Grifter music. And then someone with a GI Robot profile picture said, those all seem like things MAGA cries about. Yeah! Congratulations! You solved the puzzle!
And that goes to show how much I don't like to pay attention to comments on social media. Because they missed the point.
Dude,
entirely.
I was reading through those and I was like, oh no. Wait. Guys, no, please, like... You're making the gang look bad, bro. Come on.
I mean, quite literally on the original post, or when he sent it to the Discord, let me pull up the first comment because they immediately picked up on it, and it was just like, yeah, you get it. It's a thing like all my favorite phrases are here: Black Mermaids, Angel Reese breathing, and Gulf of Mexico with the quotation specifically.
So, oh my god, someone picked it. They were like, "Dude, you did this too well. They don't get the joke. They don't get it."
Yeah, I never understood why people just cared too much about some things, especially when it's not something in relation to them. Like the retelling of a story with the Black Mermaid, for example.
It pains me to say, because the Republicans do get shit on a lot for sharing around fake news, because it's just like something that agrees with them or confirms something they believe gets put on Facebook, and that just triggers something in their brain that just makes a click of like, share that, look at that.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. See, I'm not
it's
the only one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that news source, literally just click on it and it says satire news. Just click on it. The worst is when I've done that to family members and it'll be such an obviously like Photoshop photo and I'll be like, this is a fake photo. It's a fake article. And they're like, well, I still think it happened. So, okay, dude. All right, brother.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, there was a specific one I remember, and I think I've told it on this podcast before, where my grandfather shared an image of a CNN broadcast, and it said Antifa finally uncovered as the January 6th rioters. And he was like, see, knew it all along. And I was like, this is the most obviously Photoshop thing I've ever seen. Like, they didn't even, dude, the white that you use to block out the words, it was leaking onto the picture itself. And it was just not the font that CNN uses. It was like Times New Roman, dude. It was so bad. And I was like, this is fake. And he just went, well, I still think they did it. So, like, I'm going to keep it up. All right. Cool. Awesome. So great.
See, that it's that kind of like double down that is what's ruining us together. Because it's like, you were proved wrong, so just accept it. Like, this goes for both sides. In any situation, like any like scenario where they're proven wrong and they have to double down, you don't have to double down.
Dude, Facebook, I know I've said it, but Facebook is horrible. Like, if you get your news from TikTok or Instagram or, God forbid, you get it from X, that's bad.
Yeah.
But Facebook is horrible. Like, Facebook will just share posts alluding to a celebrity or politician dying. Just doing it, like posting pictures that you would at like a memorial, and then it's just like, oh yeah, they responded at a restaurant earlier. Or it's just a fake fucking post, and people will be like, oh, that's so sad. Share that. Or like obvious AI, and they're like, oh, thank you for sharing this story. It's like, y'all are fucking, oh my God, it's horrible.
Yeah, I think for one, like, I think part of that's like dead internet theory.
Yeah, where most people aren't actually real.
Yeah, because it's like it's not feeling so much like a theory anymore these days. If you like know what I'm talking about, like you'll see posts on like Instagram, for example. I've seen like something that's obviously like photoshopped, faked, or like AI, and I'll see like, haha, so funny. Thanks for the gift card in your bio, by the way. And I'll see that from like the next 50 comments. I'm like, what? Gift card in bio? And then I'll be like, let's see exactly what they're talking about. There's no link there at all.
Information for people, a useful thing that I do. If something sounds so outrageous, look it up.
Yeah, I need
Even
to.
if you hear something and you're like, huh, or if you hear something and you're like, I don't know, look it up.
Yeah, I need to clarify. When I say I get my news from like social media, I do go and fact check, by the way. If it's something I actually do find interest in, like if I feel like I should know something, I'm going to go look into it.
Yeah, I get made aware of the news from social media.
That part.
But if it's something that I want to, perfect example, dude. We like we said, Republicans fall for fake news and AI and shit all the fucking time, all the time, and it's easy for them to because most of them are 60-year-olds that were born when JFK was still alive. Yeah. You know what I mean? Old motherfuckers. Old people don't know how the internet works, But liberals do the same shit. Same shit. Perfect example. You know this ballroom Trump is building?
I've heard of it.
Yeah. Trump is building this massive ballroom, and a rumor got spread that he was putting a bunker underneath it. And when that rumor started getting spread, people pointed to Germany in the 1930s, because that's what they love to do, is compare the Trump admin to
Germany.
Nazis. Yeah. And this guy just back-to-back lies that I don't know if he was intentionally lying or he saw this on the internet and took it as absolute fact or what. Here's what he said. He said, oh, they try to hide from you that Hitler built this ballroom and this bunker the same year World War II started. The ballroom was completed in 1936, 3 years before the war. The bunker underneath it was completed in 1944, 5 years into the war. So, sure. And so, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Trump wants to build an Arc de Triomphe. You know what the Arc de Triomphe is?
Yes.
Yeah. Trump is planning on building one somewhere in D.C. I forget where he says. But the Arc de Triomphe in France was built in 1806. And this guy said, oh, the Arc de Triomphe, it was built after the invasion of Poland. And he made a thing of invasion of Venezuela. Oops, I mean invasion of Poland. Here's the thing. First of all, I had to make sure he wasn't talking about the French one, which he wasn't. The French one was built during Napoleon. That when I first heard, I was like, is he now comparing Trump to Napoleon? Is that what he's doing? But no. Apparently, there were plans in Nazi Germany to build one in 1942, 3 years after the invasion of Poland. So, like, A, it never got built, so him saying it was built after, no. B, sure, you want to be vague enough to say it was built after, yet it was 3 entire years that the plan to build it was made. And, like, after that, he started listing off a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, I can't trust you. if you're just going to blindly give me this.
Yeah.
You can't do simple fucking research because, again,
basic fact checking would help a lot.
It's that thing that clicks in everybody's heads. This agrees with me. I think Trump is Hitler. So anything that links him to things Hitler did, you know? And what's crazy is there's actual things. You don't have to lie about historical events to compare this guy and the people around him to Nazis. You don't. So why are we lying?
I feel like it's part of, I just want to push a narrative. Two, I don't want to do any actual research. Three, if you give them enough information in a quick enough manner, they won't feel the need to go look it up if they don't already know it. So they'll just kind of trust you on what you said. And four, if you say it in a confident enough manner, they're more likely to believe you. Especially given they don't do their own research, or if they just don't have prior knowledge of the facts that you were stating, like that second Arc de Triomphe being not built.
See, and like it also helps that like you see hundreds of people saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. So in your brain, it's just like, oh, this has got to be true. And no. No.
Yeah, the hundreds of people is one person saying it, and then everybody else like, this agrees with me. I'm going to say it too. And if you get enough people saying that, it's just going to look legitimate.
Yeah. And even there's a quote that gets passed around where it's a picture of Trump, and he says that if I were to run for president, I would run as a Republican because those people are the easiest people to deceive, or they're stupid, or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. It's a fake quote. It's all you have to do is look up the quote. Snopes article immediately says false. But anytime you say that, people are like, oh no, he said it. I watched him say it. No, you didn't, because he never said the fucking thing. And what is the absolute worst is when you point these things out, you get called a Republican. When I pointed that out, that's a fake quote, I got bombarded with people saying, oh, just like admit your little daddy is called you stupid back in the day. Not a Republican. Just because I give a shit, just because I give a shit about the truth does not mean I'm one side or the other. You know?
Yeah.
If I want the attacks on the other side, if we're gonna do this whole shit, just make them accurate. Is that hard? Is that so hard?
And it shouldn't be. Like, you don't have to do much to make them look bad. That can go for either side, especially depending on who you're talking about. But like this administration, it's not hard to make them look like fucking idiots, and people just still try and push a false narrative like it's like the real one's not right there.
Yeah, it's why, dude. There is a TikToker, Chris Valenti, that a lot of leftists swear by, but he has been caught lying over and over and over again. But if you are a liberal and you're like, hey, this Chris Valenti guy doesn't tell the truth, loves to fearmonger. They're like, oh, so you're just a Republican, you're just MAGA. Sure. One, he said that Donald Trump and Pam Bondi were going after this TikTok journalist. No, they weren't. There was a tweet that said that they should go after him, but they did not go after him on any serious level. Back in April, he said Trump is going to enact martial law on this date, come back when I'm right, and just never mention it again, because obviously it didn't happen. This guy's been just smelling his own farts, just screaming at people for a revolution, and he's been wrong, and he's lied on damn near every fucking thing he's talked about. But if you point at it, you get called a Republican, and Democrats wonder why they fucking lose.
And this is also part of the reason why I tend to not keep up with political shit, because stuff like that I feel like wouldn't be too hard to slip in on, like just like an updates, like what's going on, like with the government, or any news channel for that matter, like the big ones. It's just, there's like, it's hard to tell which side is pushing some sort of agenda, if there is one, which in most cases there tend to be, at least
that's what
theoretically.
that's why you got to listen to conservative talking heads as well as Democrat.
I tend to listen to both and see what they're saying as far as the same versus different.
I'm not always perfect. Like if I want to tune into the news, I'll listen to David Pakman, and not really much after that, because mostly when I listen to a conservative commentator or someone that recommends me a conservative commentator, I'm like, this guy's a fucking idiot.
I tend to not like take like videos or podcast stuff like too seriously when it comes to politics, because some people, they don't really sound the greatest.
Well, because a lot of people just get into politics for the social aspect of it, like trans or gay people or whatever. David Pakman has a clip where he was on what's his name? It's Patrick something, where he said, "Oh yeah, no, Hillary is to the right of me," or something like that. And they're like, "Oh, she's to the right of you?" He said, "Yeah, politically on the spectrum, she's to the right of me. Like, name me a purely leftist Hillary Clinton policy." And they both went, "Well, that's not important." It's like, okay, you're just into politics because you don't like gay people. You're like, hey, conservatives are going after gay people. You know?
Yeah, and I mean, it's very obvious when people are in it for shit like that, because they don't know what they're talking about. And I mean, this is why I don't like talking about politics, is I don't really know much about it. I don't keep up with anything. So if you're going to talk politics with me, it's going to be more base level, just like, what do you think about this? And then I'm going to do my little research and figure it out. But like, I don't tend to listen to YouTube or anything like that. If I'm like doing like government or political research, it's probably going to find a few articles and see if like the information is generally the same.
Yeah. And I'm not going to act like it's hard, because obviously I'm not educated in the inner workings of the government. Like if you passed me, if some senator came down here and said, "Yo, Jackie, this is going to be our foreign economic plan for the next 10 years. I'm going to look at that paper and be like, all right, cool."
I mean, I could tell you like the last like big thing of like research I did. You remember the when during the presidential race, the plan that Trump said he wasn't a part of. I forgot what it was called already.
Project 2025.
Yeah, Project 2025. I was like, what is this? Because for one, I kept hearing it and was like, what is it? So I looked it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's too many pages.
Yeah.
Let's find a section that I would care about, and let's see what the plan is for that. And like, I think I found something in the work side of it, like getting a job, like the actual fucking employment side, and was like seeing what changed. And I'll tell you, I understood probably a quarter of that page.
See, though, stuff like the Project 2025, it's the biggest tell on who's paying attention and who is just like, oh, that's my guy, so I'm going to back him up 100%. Mm-hmm. Because Republicans are trying to say, Democrats, stop talking about 2025. They were trying to warn us about 2025. And yep, there's a website you can go to that tracks the progress of Project 2025. And it's happening. It's happening. The issue is, there's so much shit happening that Democrats are not going to constantly keep shoving Project 2025 in your face because other shit is happening, but that shit is a part of the goddamn project. It's a part of that goddamn document.
48% completion.
Yeah, I try to share that link wherever I can to people who so boldly claim that it's not happening.
I see a lot of things are completed, which some of these seem to be tagged with stuff that don't seem to have the, you know what, I'll take a look another time because that's a lot of information.
Dude, and if you base your entire thing on triggering the other side, it's such a loser fucking... It's not only a loser tactic, but it allows shit to happen that should not happen. Like Trump being president in 2028. It's not legal. But now that you have so many people that have bought the hat saying Trump 2028 or bought whatever and are posting that to quote unquote piss off the liberals. Now you have people like Steve Bannon that are actually like, oh no, he's definitely going to do that. You have Trump that's in office saying, people kind of want a dictator, Now
that's
you have
like
that.
Federally protected, isn't it?
Yeah, but the way they're going to do it is JD Vance is going to run, and they're going to hope he wins. And if he wins, Trump is going to be VP, and then JD's going to step down, and Trump's going to become president.
I feel like that's just calling for an impeachment trial.
I mean, he's already been through 2 of them. And if Republicans still control the majority of the House and Senate, motherfucker's not going to be impeached. You know how many things he's done?
Well, I guess an impeachment doesn't necessarily mean a removal of office or removal from office, but I feel like it should.
Yeah. Yeah, it should. That should be a fat-ass eviction notice on the front door of the White House.
At the front door of the Oval Office, like, yeah, after this day, we're changing the locks.
Yo, Donald, you're insufferable. Get out.
I feel like that's just not something that could actually happen.
What?
Like
the third term?
The third term, yeah.
Oh, if Republicans control the House and Senate, it absolutely will happen. I don't want to fearmonger or anything, but the Republican Party now is Trump. And it is going to be that way for a long time. Trump is going to become this figure that you hear every Republican candidate talk about as if he was Jesus himself. And I wish I was exaggerating. But if you want to win as a Republican, that's what you're going to have to do for a long time.
Oh no. Why do you have 4 possible options? So option number 1, amend the Constitution. Option number 2, run as vice president, the one you just said, through the line of succession. Okay. And then the third one is a judicial reinterpretation of the 22nd Amendment.
Yeah. Which is the one that set term limits, I believe.
Yeah. And one of those was just one within the other. So that was 3 options, really. Apparently 15 hours ago, according to PBS, Trump says it's too bad he can't run for a third term.
Yeah, and he slipped up in the White House and said, the people kind of want a dictator, honestly.
I'd be fine without a third term. And I feel like for me, that would be more true for just about any president. But I've only lived through a few of them, so.
If that happens, they can't do it. If Trump outright gets rid of the 22nd Amendment, and it's just like I'm running for a third term, Democrats are going to push Obama again, because Obama will he will mop the floor with Trump in every single debate.
Would Obama even be willing to run again?
Yeah, I would 100% think so. I would think so just because he hates Trump just as much as the next guy. And genuinely, I think most liberals like Obama. There was still a massive section that hate what he did in terms of. No, yeah, there's still a section that is like, well, yeah, he's still a war criminal, which, yeah, every U.S. president is. Every single one of them are.
Say which ones aren't.
Well, he still does this. It's like, yes, he's not a perfect fucking candidate. That's the issue. That's the issue with Democrats. Republicans will turn a blind eye to the issues of a candidate because it's their guy. Democrats can't do that. They can't do that. It's why in 2028, the best chance, if this doesn't happen, is Gavin Newsom. But you're going to have a lot of Democrats that don't vote for Gavin Newsom because they don't like him, which I get. Dude's a bit of a two-faced fucking loser that hasn't done amazing in California, but currently he is your best chance to win the election, and you're going to get a lot of Democrats that don't vote for him, just like they didn't vote for Kamala, and Democrats are going to lose again.
I feel like Democrats' main issue is just getting people on the same page. They push too many agendas, and there's so many different groups of people that they're trying to cater to that they just don't hit everybody, and it doesn't work out for them like ever. And it like it did with Kamala, because I know so many people that were just like, I'm voting for Kamala. And I mean, given anybody I would know wouldn't make too big a difference, but I feel like just in general, like there'd be so many similar cases of people saying that and then not voting.
Yeah, not voting, or a lot of Democrats just voted third party because they didn't like Kamala. Mm-hmm. They didn't like how she was pushed to the front. They didn't like that she was pro-Israel. They didn't like that she was ex-law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
So
they didn't like that she apparently took the hardest lawyer test. I don't know what it's called, but like something special about it that they were like, she didn't actually pass, did she? Even though she did. She
should have been president. Let's not get it twisted. She should have been president. But since you have a bunch of fucking weirdo liberals that need a perfect candidate in order to vote for liberal, and then you got Trump coming back full head of steam, even though J.D. Vance admitted they were lying on the campaign trail to make themselves look better. You know, Donald Trump on national TV said that Haitian immigrants were stealing pets from a community and eating them. He said that on national television and still won the election. And J.D. Vance admitted that they lied about that, and they still won the election.
You can say whatever you want when you're Trump, and I'm pretty sure the Republicans are just going to eat it all up.
Like the Haitian immigrants were eating
the pets, yeah, exactly. All the pets from that community.
Oh my God, bro. Anyways, that's the podcast.
Yep.
Didn't mean for it to go political, but I'm going to be honest. I woke up 30 minutes ago. Not 30 minutes ago, an hour and a half ago, with a pounding headache. So this is just what it came out to be.
And I spent all day shopping for a Halloween costume that I spent way too much money on. So, yeah.
Well, we still hope that you enjoyed the podcast. See how you feeling?
I feel all right about it.
All right. You're feeling that these ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, everybody in between, they should like, rate, and share this podcast, especially rating. Go rate 5 stars on whatever platform you're going to rate on. Z, what's a rating these people can leave?
I am glad these guys just want to stand for the truth in general, and hopefully they aren't picking either side, because if they're a Democrat, screw them. Or if they're a Republican, screw them. Whichever it may be. But 5 stars anyways.
5 stars. But also share it around. Click that crooked arrow, share to Facebook. Put some truth. Put the real truth out there on Facebook.
Yeah, us.
Instagram, Twitter, never calling it X. Whatever you want to do. Or word of mouth. Word of mouth is very, very important. If you're in the store and someone says, yo, you're blasting this podcast on your speakers, you probably shouldn't be doing that, but it is enjoyable. Z, what do they say?
Well, sucks for you. I'm still going to play it, but I'm listening to these dudes, Jackie and Z at Red Light Homies, and they're talking some politics right now, and I don't care who hears it, so good luck.
Suck my dick. This was the homies, Jackie and Z.
That's me.
And we'll see y'all next Monday.
Peace out.
Rolling up a little bit of pie. Rolling with some shit that's fine. Fine shit hard on a 9. I'm rubbing on the tabs on the spine. Rolling through in the 8 Wake up, be on the grind. Serving at 6:15. Serving in the 615.